The Pleasants are one of the most iconic families in the Sims franchise, but listen, The Sims 4 really did them dirty. Their house is horrible. I mean, you guys, I feel kind of bad, but this is like genuinely laughable. I mean, they built a box, a really, really big box. Have you never seen a lilsimsie build tutorial? Come on. I think they're trying to mimic these things in the background, but like, the scale of these is much different and looks way less dumb than it does in The Sims 4. Because it's just a huge, huge box, and the inside is fine. They've got, like a dining space and a living room. I don't really understand, why it's laid out this way. Because there's like this whole big empty hallway, but then there's just not a real dining room. I don't know. But then they each get their own floor. Lilith has her whole own floor. Angela has her whole own floor with like a walk-in closet. These two are living it up. For college freshmen, oh, look, there's even a golden sink. Like, that's the dream right there. But the outside of it is just so sad looking. And look, this was their house in The Sims 2, okay? How are you gonna go from this to this? Like, what even is this? And there's two of them. Oh, so naturally I had to renovate these houses. I mean, this is just in my nature. Okay, I fix everything. And this is the last of my fixing for this whole world. So you're welcome, everybody. I will no longer be spamming your subscription feeds with videos of myself hating on Sims builds for at least the foreseeable, I don't know, small future. When's the next pack coming out? Who knows? But until then, we're done. So anyway, I tried to fix this house and it ended up being more of like a complete transformation. I fully removed the whole third floor and I kind of got inspired by Privet Drive a little bit with the renovation. So you'll see it. I'm talking about the house that Harry Potter lived in the beginning, the Dursleys' house. So the shape is very similar to the Dursleys. But anyway, let's jump right on into the renovation. As you can see, the first thing I did was just completely remove the whole third floor. I was like, no, we're done, that's gone. No third floor. We aren't even gonna deal with that. It's just gone. I didn't even have it in the beginning of the video. I was like, this is off, we're starting over, we're gonna redo the whole thing. And you'll see me go through some phases of like trying to mimic the Dursleys' house and then being like, oh right, this is horrible. But I end up kind of keeping it a little bit similar. I made the downstairs floor a little bit bigger for the sake of making more of a living space, and so the upstairs is the same size as it used to be. It's just, downstairs. It's got a little bump out in the front, and the back's got a bump out. And the elderberries have the exact same house next door, and so when I placed the renovation down, I just rebuilt the same house, but like, mirrored. So it looks kind of cute in the world, but thank God it's not a 3-story nightmare anymore. The thing is, those houses could have been kind of cool if they were built more in like a townhouse style and maybe closer together. Like if the lots were really close together, kind of like how they are in Newcrest. Those lots are all very close together. It looks kind of fun to have like big houses like this all lined up in little small neighborhoods, but a house like this, just a big, giant, tall box in a tiny little lot like this with that whole beautiful lake. Not a lake, it's a little pond thing. But they have this like fancy water feature and these cool fancy everything, stone and staircases, and then it's just this big weird box. It feels very out of place to me, and I wish they were closer together because I feel like this could have been pulled off as a cool townhouse, and I like the idea of having townhouses because that's very realistic for, I think, this style of world, but also for like a lot of college students live in townhouses, because it's just, it's easy. Like, it's very common, and this is not, it's not common. This house in particular, because the storyline is that it's their family's home, so these two girls get to live in this, like, beautiful kind of magnificent family home for free, and so the whole house is furnished like as their parents would have furnished it, and then they've just, put in their own bedrooms and stuff. So they've got it real good. Like, these two are living it up in this house, let me tell you. For a college student, this is a very, very, very nice house, which is kind of fun, but I think the shape of it that I changed it to makes it a lot more realistic. One, for students to be living in, but also just for the neighborhood. I feel like these kind of look like little British houses to me. And so like that's what I was inspired by, was Privet Drive, little British houses. But this is not necessarily a British world. I don't know. I tried my best, okay? I made it more interesting to the best of my ability. And speaking of interesting, yesterday, the 7th of December, was actually my 4-year anniversary as lilsimsie. I don't mean to be dramatic, but I made this account 4 years ago. That's kind of wild. We're getting kind of old, and I would like to formally apologize to any of you who've been here that whole time, because wow, that is just, I'm sorry that you've had to deal with that for so long. I'm just the worst, especially back then. If you watched me back then, whew, yeah. No. In high school, my first videos were so bad. Like, my first videos that I made ever, I had my family's iMac, right? And I just recorded with like the computer's built-in mic. I edited in iMovie. I wasn't good at recording. I like sounded ridiculous. It just was a bad, like objectively a bad video. So if I can offer any advice to many of you, because I get questions all the time like, hey Kayla, how do I start on YouTube? Just start. I know it's scary and you're like, oh, but I'm not good at it. I need the best equipment and the best blah, blah, blah. You listen. No one starts out good at this. Trust me, there is not a single YouTuber who started out and was great from the beginning. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone makes bad content early on. You just gotta push through the bad and get a little bit better. I think there's like a weird like perfectionist nature where you want it to be good when you first start out, and you can try to make it good, but just know there's a learning curve always, and you don't need to have like the best computer and the best mic and the best camera all just to start. Like, just go for it. Just try it. Just do it. I mean, I did it, and look at me now. Slightly more confident and a little bit less annoying, or potentially more annoying, depending on how you look at it. Anyway, it's 4 years. I think that's really weird and kind of scary, because I feel like I've been doing this for a lot longer than 4 years, but also a lot less than 4 years. I kind of feel like I just started, and I know I didn't. Like, we've been out here, like, I don't know, but you're only 14, Kayla, haha. Anyway, we're getting close to finishing the exterior. I did a lot of messing with things in this build, and it ends up looking very different from the original house. It's basically like it's not even the same at all. It's a complete transformation. It's completely different. It's like you wouldn't have known it was the same build if I hadn't told you. I could have been like, yeah, haha, happy speed build Sunday, I built this from scratch, and you would have no idea. Speaking of from scratch, today I'm not streaming because I don't stream on Sundays, but also because my family is coming over for dinner tonight, and I'm doing like a Thanksgiving, Christmas dinner. I just wanted to cook like a fancy meal, basically, by myself, and so I'm doing that tonight with my family, and I'm really excited. I made a pumpkin pie from scratch this morning. I'm making a roasted cauliflower and a whole bunch of other things, and here's the twist, the secret twist. Everything I'm making is vegan, and I'm not gonna tell them until after they eat it. Because, listen, my family is very supportive and kind, but they also are kind of like, oh, vegan, that's gross. Like, sometimes, like, oh, vegan food, but, here's the twist. I didn't put any animal products in anything I cooked. I've, like, vegan butter, flax eggs, like, I'm doing it. We're going all out. It's fine. Anyway, I'm really excited. I've never made a pie from scratch before. I don't really make pies. We all know lilsimsie has this thing against cooked fruit, so I've never actually made a pie from scratch before, so this was a new experience. I was very scared I was gonna mess it up, and the thing is, like, pumpkin pie is kind of easy to make, but, like, I was just kind of nervous. I was like, oh, what if I mess it up? What if I cook it too long? Because I don't really know, like, I don't know. It was a nerve-wracking experience, but I think it turned out pretty well. It's obviously like cooling and setting in the fridge right now. It has been for many hours. But anyway, I'm really excited. I'm really excited. I've got a Christmas sweater on. Like, I'm going all out. I think it's fun to do these. I think it's fun to cook, and it's fun when I have like an excuse to try and cook a lot of new things. So, like, I made stuffing and I put lentils in it today. Like, what? Crazy. I haven't done that before. Can you believe in the 4 years that I've had this channel, I turned from like annoying high school girl who complains all the time to annoying college student who still complains all the time but also gets excited about pie. Like, I feel like I'm getting old. Like, I'm like, oh guys, I'm making a pumpkin pie from scratch, and look at me at my Thanksgiving dinner. I'm inviting my family over, gonna set the table later. Like, this is the highlight of my life, is this dinner party I'm having for my parents. I'm like that excited about it, and it's a dinner party. Like, I need to calm down. I just get so excited about it. I have like an excuse to actually like do fancy things, you know? I'm gonna put a fireplace on the TV, play Christmas music. I decorated all my house. I did that already just for fun because it's Christmas time, but still, I'm so excited. I think this house would be kind of fun to play in The Sims, by the way. I just like the idea of the big porches. I don't know what it is about big porches, but like when my Sims have big porches in the game, I just love to like use them for things. For one, I think porches are a good place to like put all the weird stuff that you can't fit into your house, because there's a lot of like weird things. Like, I mean, chess tables are fine, you put them inside, but there's a lot of like weird, like, I don't know, observatories and microscopes and like other things your Sims need that you can't really easily fit into your house decorations, but you just kind of put them on the porch, and it's like, oh look, here's my microscope that takes up literally the entire porch and backyard because it's like 1,000,000 feet long. We have very oversized things in this game, but I think porches are a good spot to put like things like the easels, and while you might have them inside, it's also a good way to, like, if you don't have space inside, kind of just be like, oh yeah, we paint on the patio in the cold and rain. That's fine though, it's art. And that's all that matters. Oh, it rains a lot in Brightchester, doesn't it? So maybe the patio space is a bad idea. Because it's supposed to have kind of like mimicking English weather, isn't it? And I think they said that, the Sim Gurus, but I could be spreading a lie right now. I feel like it's supposed to have like English weather and be kind of cold and rainy a lot of the time, which is wonderful. Honestly, that's the dream. I'm from Florida. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but like sometimes it's too hot to leave your house. Hot and sweaty and humid and disgusting. In the summertime, you open the door and it hits you like a wall. It's really just bad. It's just a bad, honestly. You walk 10 minutes to class and you feel like you're gonna die. I mean, it's just not a good experience. But, you know, the cold and the rain. Lovely. Lovely gray weather. Ugh, absolutely beautiful. But anyway, we're coming into the inside now. You can see I'm doing a lot of the furnishing of the bedrooms. I particularly wanted to make Angela's first, because I like the idea of the pretty pink color scheme in here. I streamed this, and so you could probably see some weird pauses because I was getting distracted and talking on stream. I'm usually pretty good about not having weird pauses in my videos, but I think I got them all out. I think we'll be fine. But when I live stream these things, for one, it's really fun because we all get to kind of talk and like hang out and plan things out together, which is awesome because then we get to like discuss ideas and things. But also sometimes I get distracted. But usually I stop recording when I get distracted, so it's fine. It's fine. But by the way, that's twitch.tv/lilsimsie. I'm live every single night except on Sundays. But this desk, just by the way, is rage-inducing because there's like a little lip on the inside where the computer is, so none of the computers fit because all the mice and the keyboards are like hanging off the edge. So we can't even put a computer on this desk because they all overlap with the edge of the desk. So infuriating. Why? And the thing is, you can't like alt place a computer or move it around anywhere because they have to be placed on a surface where a chair can be. So they have to be on like an island counter with a chair or a desk or a dining table or whatever. They have to be on like a table that you can sit at. And so I couldn't just like, you know, do some cheaty tricks to like alt place it and scoot it back a little bit because it just has to snap to that one location or else it won't place at all, and because you can't even put it on the floor. It's so annoying. It looks so dumb. So I just didn't put a computer there, and I just felt a lot of rage and then gave up because you can't fit one. But I wanted to use that fancy desk because it's pretty and kind of match the furniture, but it doesn't match is the thing. So you can't even use it. But upstairs, there's 1 bedroom and 2 bathrooms. One of them's an ensuite that Angela got. And then downstairs, there's another bedroom that's Lilith's. So there's the 2 spaces for them each. And there's kind of like a fun, like, hangout space upstairs on the landing where the stairs are. I put a bar there and, like, a chess table so your Sims can kind of, like, hang out, you know? I figured that was fitting, though, because it's a college student's house. Like, they would have some nice living spaces, but also they kind of probably use them to entertain a little bit. Because if anything, if you were this person and you had the nicest place to have parties and hang out with your friends, everyone's coming here. Like, all your buddies live in that tiny dorm room. They don't have any space. If you're gonna hang out, it's gonna be here because there's actually like a place to hang out. So I tried to make sure there was places to hang out for them. I have a quick question though. Did you guys play The Sims 2? Because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't play The Sims 2. I think I'm too young for that. I know a lot of people my age play The Sims 2, but like, I don't know, it came out when I was 5. I didn't have a computer to play games on when I was, like, between the ages of 5 and 9 when those games were out. Like, I wasn't playing The Sims 2. I know a lot of people that my age had brothers and sisters that played the game, so they played it with them and stuff, but just, I was not playing games when I was 7, other than Webkins. So, like, I didn't play Sims 2 when it was out, but I did play Sims 3 for many, many years. And so I don't feel the same connection to these two that many of you probably do. So I apologize if you're offended by my pleasant family house build. I think I did okay. The bedrooms are kind of sad, I'm gonna be honest. I was real tired. I've had a rough week. It's finals week. I'm dying inside, so bear with me. But I didn't play the game, so like they're fine. I know of them. I know a lot about them. I empathize with your care for them. I just don't personally feel the same attachment. I know many of you probably do. So I'm not gonna try and like pretend to be obsessed with the Pleasants when I know for a fact that I've never played with them before. However, I do care about them deeply, just like you do, maybe. But my deeper cares come from The Sims 3. That was my nostalgic Sims game. Actually, I'm gonna put a poll. There's gonna be like a little eye on the top of the screen. It's gonna ask what your first Sims game was, and you can kind of click and vote. I'm kind of curious, because this will tell us a lot about, 1, how old you guys are, but 2, how long you've been playing The Sims. I know for a fact that many of you started with The Sims 4, but there are some of you guys that have been playing since Sims 1. I was not one of those people. Sims 1 came out when I was 6 months old, so I didn't play that game, unfortunately. I'm terribly sorry to admit this to you all, but my first Sims game was The Sims 3. I feel like that's like a disgraceful thing to say for a Simmer in the Sims community. You like to admit you haven't played The Sims 1. It's like, what? Excuse me? It's like an offensive statement, but it's not my fault. I was 6 months old, okay? I'm a child. I'm 20. I'm not even that young. But the 20th anniversary of The Sims is coming up really soon, so I'm wondering if they'll do anything big for that, because that's kind of exciting. 20 years of a game franchise is a really big deal, so I'm hoping they might do something cool to celebrate, but we'll see. That's in February, so stay tuned, fingers crossed. Maybe they'll do like a cool update that day or something, who knows. I'm really curious to see what they do. They have to do something, right? I don't want to get my hopes too high up, but like, how are you gonna let The Sims 20th anniversary come and go without anything big for it? They did things for The Sims 4's 5th anniversary. They had a small update and stuff, which was kind of fun, but what, like the 20th anniversary? That's a big deal. I'm 20, I'm a big deal, I'm just kidding. But like, they have to do something for it, right? I'm hoping for like maybe a return of some old packs or something. Maybe they'll remaster The Sims 2. They won't remaster The Sims 2. I'm getting too excited about things that won't happen. But like, maybe they'll bring back some like classic iconic items or something. Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up too high for like a huge update, but like they could bring back some items or something. I don't know what to expect, but I really want it to be cool. I want something cool for it, okay? It's the 20th anniversary. Like, they gotta do something. What should we do to celebrate? Like, you and I on my channel, we have to pick something out. We gotta do like a big party or something. A big party for the Sims' birthday. Well, I'll make like a fancy thing, or I'll do a build. I'll make a cake, you know? I could make a cake for the Sims. Oh, that's cute. Sure. I could try and rebake one of the cakes in the game, like that blue one or something. The hamburger cake. I could make a hamburger cake in The Sims to celebrate The Sims 20th anniversary. I'm not kidding. I might actually do that. I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll bake a cake. It'll be a fun time. I gotta, oh, wait, I have so many ideas now. Okay, anyway, so what Sims game did you play first? Let me know, I'm very curious. You'll see downstairs, I put a lot of bookshelves and like a fancy piano. This whole area kind of feels very, you know, like grandma furnished it. Not in that it's bad, but in that it's probably very expensive and older furniture. It looks kind of fancy, and I like that about it, because it, again, isn't their house, you know? And so they're kind of living with like this fancy home that their family built. I even put a steamboat in it. Just for old time's sake, if you guys didn't know, in my old videos, I used to put a steamboat in every single build that I ever made. So all my builds had steamboats. It was like a little mark of Lil Simsie. Like, Lil Simsie was here. There's a little River Queen paddle wheel boat placed right there. But I haven't done that in a while, so I made sure I put one in, because it is my 4th anniversary on YouTube. You know, we gotta celebrate somehow with a tiny, tiny little steamboat object in The Sims. Which, by the way, is ridiculously expensive. It costs like 420 simoleons for that tiny little steamboat object. Very rude. My Sims are not made of money. Okay, maybe these two are, but most of my Sims are not made of money. It is very offensive to charge that much for such a small object. But anyway, the build's kind of coming to an end here. You can see us putting some finishing touches upstairs here. And on that note, I'm gonna play some screenshots for you guys. You can see some befores and afters. It's a little bit different on the outside and inside, as you can see. It was almost better on the inside beforehand, to be honest. But the outside's better at least, so there's that. But like I said, please make sure to leave a like and comment and subscribe and do all those fun YouTube things. And in case you guys didn't know, I post new videos every single day, and so I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Maybe I ruined it. Maybe I actually made this house worse. The more I think about it, the more I'm kind of like, huh, maybe I did ruin it. Oops.